Hey my baby pandas, so I got some comments asking if I could share some tips and advice for going to Japan. I made some notes for you guys to share, so hopefully this will help you. If you haven't watched my Japan vlogs or haul videos, I'll leave the links down below if you want to take a look. So let's start. We'll start off with the plane tickets and hotel tickets. So me and my girlfriend, we were hunting for tickets. She is fabulous when it comes to looking at different websites. But my main advice for you guys is to get an all-in-oneer. And when I mean all-in-oneer, I would suggest getting a combo ticket. So a all-around, what do they call it? Like an all-around trip to Japan. So it'll take you to Japan, back home, plus a hotel. So that's the ticket that we got. It included everything: the plane ride there, plane ride home, and the hotel stay there. That's what I would recommend, only because it makes it easier for anyone to do. I feel like if you bought the tickets alone, the plane tickets alone, and do the hotel on its own, it's a little bit more difficult because you're doing two steps. So for me, my advice is to do something that you just get everything all in one. And also sometimes that way you save money. So that's what I would recommend to make it easier for you guys if you're wanting to go to Japan. Also, where I stayed was Akihabara Bay Hotel. It was an all-female hotel, and it was pods. So when I mean pods, you are literally how do I describe it? It's basically a floor, and there are different beds stacked on one another, and you find your number and you sleep in your little pod. I made a video, I think I showed it off in one of my vlog videos if you watch. That it was a good experience, but for me personally it was a little bit difficult, only because you had to go to different levels of the building for different things. For example, the washrooms, well, the showers were on the first floor. Basement was where you kind of lounge around and chilled, and then of course the upper levels were where you slept. The reason why it was harder for me is because I bought a lot of shit every day, and to have access to my luggage, because my luggage was so big, it was on the first floor, so I had to keep bugging them for my luggage and bringing it down to the basement, fixing my luggage. It was just a lot of runaround. If you guys are bringing big luggage, I wouldn't recommend that type of hotel or hostel. I wouldn't recommend that. I would recommend just a room of your own, because I find that would be way easier. But if you're looking for experience wise and you're backpacking, then a pod hotel would be good. The price was amazing, so I can't complain on that. If you guys wanted to know how much I paid for my round trip plus the hotel, it was under $1,500, which is phenomenal. I stayed for 7 days, so 1 week round trip with hotel was under $1,500. So I wanted to let you guys know about that. Also, if for going, you can do Airbnb, you can do hostels. Websites I would recommend is Travelocity or Hostelworld. I've used those websites before. I know for booking this one, I think my girlfriend chose Travelocity, and in the past I've used Hostelworld to book my trip to New York and whatnot. So if you're looking for cheaper ideas, that could be it. Or you could just Google good websites. There's so many websites online that gather flight information as well as hotel pricing. But my number one, like I said, is to try and get a package. It makes things easier. Okay, so let's move on. Hopefully I am making sense. I'm trying to follow my list. The next thing that I want to discuss is the Disney tickets. So in Disney Japan, there are two parks. There's Disneyland and Disney Sea. For Disneyland and Disney Sea, if you read reviews, they say that Disney Sea is better. In my opinion, I love both of them. Honestly, I can't really choose between the two. Both were phenomenal, but you could read the reviews online and see which one calls your name. To save some money there, because it does add up, we did a full day at Disney Sea and half a day at Disneyland. So when you're buying your tickets, and I'll tell you what we did for buying them, but if you're trying to save money and you don't want to do 2 full days at Disneyland / Disney Sea, I would recommend doing like a full day at whatever park you're more interested in, and then a half day at the Soso park. And it's called, the half day is called Starlight, what is it? The Starlight ticket, and it starts from 3 onwards. And it definitely saved us a lot of money because the tickets are expensive. Where we bought the Disney tickets was at the airport when we landed, which was great. So before you leave the airport, by the way, make sure you buy your Disney tickets there. Make sure you buy your phone. You could buy phones, you could buy phone chips, and also convert your money at the airport. So that are like, those 3 things are very important, because that's what I did. And of course, from the get-go, if you don't have a Visa, I did have a Visa, but I also brought cash. But if you don't have a Visa, bring cash and convert it at the airport. I did some conversion at the Canadian airport, and then I did conversion at Tokyo airport, and I found that the ratings in Tokyo was better. So I don't know if, I mean, it changes daily, but for me, that's what I noticed. So I changed most of my money at Tokyo in the airport. Let's see what else there is. Oh yeah, so yes, like I said with the Disney tickets, if you're trying to save some money and you can't afford to go full days, do the Starlight one on the Disneyland Disney Sea that you're sort of like iffy about. The next thing, luggage. So I got a question about luggage. I brought so I was only there for 7 days. I didn't bring so much clothing, only because I knew that, I mean, we're just there for 7 days, so I just brought enough. And I brought 1 big empty luggage, and that saved my life. If I didn't have that empty luggage, I don't know what I would have done with all the shit that I bought. Like, that empty luggage got filled. And not just that, I also filled up my other luggage. So what I did, if you're going for 7 days, so how do I explain this just to make it clear? So for my flight itinerary, am I saying that right? I got to bring 1 carry-on and 2 luggage, just as long as they don't weigh over 50 pounds. If the luggage weighs over 50 pounds, you will pay extra. So make sure you weigh your luggage. But I brought in 1 empty luggage and 1 that just had my clothing. And of course I had my carry-on and then my purse. So that's what gave me the opportunity to bring that empty luggage, which was a lifesaver. I am so grateful for that empty luggage. It carried my stuff. It carried. So that's what I would recommend. If you're not staying there long, bring an empty luggage. I wouldn't recommend buying luggage there, to be honest with you. Buy the luggage at home and just bring it with you. So that's a question that I got about luggage. I wouldn't buy it there, only because, like, to find a luggage store, first of all, where it would be kind of tricky, and pricing wise. So just buy it at home and bring it with you. And of course, flight was that flight though was it's a long flight, guys. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. If you look it up, you'll see it is a long flight. Make sure you wear comfy clothing. Make sure, of course, you have money on you, and just some things to do. In the plane, they have entertainment already, so if you're fine just watching movies, and whatnot, you can do that, but I brought manga and comic books with me so I could read. So yes, comfy clothing is key, because staying on that flight for that long, oh, too long. And of course, on your carry-on, bring extra clothing just in case, you know, you feel stinky. Because yeah, I have to change my clothes. I even brought pajamas, I think. Yes, I did. You could even bring pajamas and just change in the washroom. So I'm just looking at my notes right now. Oh, so what we did to go from airport to Tokyo, there is a bus ticket, how do I call it? There is in the airport, there is a section where you can buy $10 bus tickets to go to Tokyo, or you could ride the bullet train. The bullet train, I think, was about $20 or so, and the bus was just $10. So obviously the difference is, with the bus it takes a little bit longer to get to Tokyo, and the train, it's fast but it's more money. So we just did the bus to Tokyo, $10. It was super easy. I would totally recommend it. If you don't know where it is, there are people working in the airport. You just ask them where to go and they will show you where to go. There's a customer service counter that was there, and we just asked them, where can we buy Disney tickets, where can we buy bus tickets to go to Tokyo, as well as cell phones and converting money, and they helped us. They were amazing. Okay, so English in Japan. I assume that majority of people there could speak English or understand English. I shouldn't have assumed that at all. Not a lot do speak English, and if they do, it's very minor from what I've experienced. So like the area I went to, there wasn't a lot of English speaking Japanese people. So for that, I would recommend bringing phrases with you for sure, either just writing them down or on your cell phone, or pictures. So pictures saved me when it came to hunting for my favorite anime like Lucky Star and everything else. If it wasn't for the pictures, like showing them on my cell phone, I wouldn't know, first of all, where to look. For example, Book Offs. Oh my gosh, that store alone is just huge, depending on which book off you go to. But trying to find a specific manga, it was insane, because there is so much manga in there. I tried to find it on my own, but I couldn't. So I asked for help, and I tried. Of course, I was like, do you have Lucky Star? So dumb. I just went up to them like, do you have Lucky Star? And they were like, and I knew that they didn't understand me there. So I pulled up my phone and showed them a picture of Lucky Star as well as like the words, and they found it for me. So guys, please do not assume that everyone can speak your native language. Bring phrases that will help you, and for the anime stuff, just have them down in Japanese, or just pictures, because that way they can easily be like, oh yes, I could lead the way, I'll show you. So that's what I would recommend, because yeah, I really shouldn't have assumed. That was pretty bad. Culture wise, so I've been okay. So bargaining, that's one question that I also got, and also I did try to bargain. I don't think I don't know. I bargained one time for those shoes that you saw in Harajuku, and they didn't budge. So I'm assuming bargaining is kind of a no there. I wouldn't bargain. No, actually, hold on, let me take that back, because now that all the memories are coming back, depending on the store, they might give you a better deal. Like my shoes, they didn't budge on it. They just was like, oh sorry, we can't. I did bargain for a purse for my girlfriend, and I got like 10 bucks off, which was amazing. But I don't know how the bargain culture is there. Like I watch a lot of bargaining videos, and in other countries, like bargaining is key, but I don't know about Japan. So research about that. I only did it twice. One was success, one wasn't. So just letting you know about that. What else is there? The subway, so the subway system, when we first got there, it was scary. So I am from Toronto, if you guys didn't know, and our subway map is very simple. If you look up Toronto subway map, you'll see a U and like a cross and then another cross. Okay, we don't got a lot up here. It's really sad. Our subway system is just, let's not get started. But for someone that is coming from a very simplified travel system, it is overwhelming. Okay, I almost cried. Okay, when I saw that map, I was so overwhelmed and I didn't know what to do with my life. My girlfriend calmed my ass down because I did not know what to do, guys. I was looking at that map and like, oh my god, we are lost, we don't know what to do. I was freaking out. But like, you start getting used to it. So how the subway system works, just to quickly simplify it, you pay for how far you go. So if you go to the next stop, it's like 280 yen. If you go further than that, it costs more. So it goes by how many stops you go. You can buy, see, we were trying to find this pass that is basically a pass that you pay one time or you refill it, and you could use this pass to travel. We were not having good luck with that, I'll be honest with you. I feel like we should have bought that at the airport, but I don't know. What we ended up doing is we just ended up paying as we went. It was easier for us personally, but I know that a lot of people recommend trying to buy this pass that just, you swipe your card and you're good to go. And it is easier, honestly. If we did find the card, we would have done it, but we didn't. So if you guys do go, see if you could get that in the airport before you leave, okay? Because we couldn't find it at any of the at a lot of subway stations. There was like, I think the most popular subway stations will have like the pass machine, but not all of it did. So I wanted to let you guys know about that. But we did pay by cash. It was a little bit tricky here and there, but we made it. Oh, and make sure if you are doing that, make sure you don't throw away your ticket stub, because to exit the station that you're going to, you need to feed that stub in so they know that you paid. So just letting you know, do not throw anything. Don't throw anything, guys. I mean it, because if you throw that, you're done. Like I almost threw mine. Like I kind of just shoved mine in the pocket and I'm like, okay, we're good, I paid for my shit, we're good. No, it needs you, like when you exit, you have to feed your ticket through again. So don't throw it, okay? Make sure you know where it is, because without that ticket you'll pay again. Okay, so next topic is Akihabara. So Akihabara and the Dojin section. So okay, so Dojin, it is sectioned off in an 18+ section, and it was fine. I didn't get ID'd or anything, and it was, for me personally, I was fine with it. Obviously there are a lot of there's a lot of males in that section, but it didn't bug me because I'm kind of used to it, you know. So for me, I was fine with it. But I just want to give you a heads up just in case you go and you're female. I mean, a lot of males do go in the Dojin section. They were very helpful. I showed them pictures of the Dojin I wanted, or like, you know, specific anime, and they helped me. I mean, if you know how to read Japanese or whatever, then you won't have problems finding your certain anime. But for me, like I said, I tried to find it on my own again. Didn't happen, so I asked for help. They're very helpful, and yeah, I got help there. So yeah, the only weirdness was like the other customers like looking at you and be like, female. But other than that, like for me, I don't care. You shouldn't either. So if you are wanting to go in the Dojin section, don't be scared. Just go in. You will see some crazy shit in there. You will see some crazy shit in there, so brace yourself. I'm gonna be real with you. There are some very interesting things. I was like, well, now, oh, hello, I didn't know that existed, but now I know. Yes, you will see some shit like that, so don't be scared. So just letting you know, it is very intriguing. Oh, nightlife was okay. So our hotel was basically in Akihabara. I didn't feel unsafe. It was totally fine. If you're trying to, okay, so here's the thing. For the bars, so we went to one bar. Here's a little story time. We went to a bar for my birthday, and they had a menu and they had pictures, so we thought we were safe. Let's just say we weren't. It was kind of difficult to order, so that's what I mean when you bring phrases and everything like that. It will definitely help you, trust me. But yeah, in terms of feeling safe or not, I felt fine. Nightlife was fine. There's a lot of drunk people, which was pretty funny and hilarious to see. And it's true, there's a lot of people in suits that get crunk, okay? Like, it's for real. There's a lot of business people. It was amazing. Oh, okay, best things to do. So obviously Disneyland, Disney Sea. If you could visit the temples, if you're staying in Tokyo, the Asakusa Temple was the one I went to, the big one that was gorgeous. Oh, of course, I can't forget Mount Fuji. We went to Mount Fuji, and then if you're like me, Akihabara was just, oh, Akihabara, you cannot get bored of it. There is always something new in every corner. It's just crazy. I stayed for 1 week, and my big note down here, as I'm gonna say it right now, if you can stay more than a week, stay more than a week. I'm totally gonna return, definitely to go back to Tokyo and probably visit all the outer parts of that, but a week was not enough, guys. There's just so much to do, so much to look at, so much to buy, and if I would recommend like a minimum stay time, minimum 2 weeks. 2 weeks is minimum for you guys to go, because there's just so much to do. So that's something that I would mention. And also, like, the flight to get there alone is like freaking a 2-day, 1.5 2-day travel. So just letting you know that is what I recommend. At least 2 weeks stay. Let me see what else I wrote down. But I really hope that this video will help you guys somehow, and I hope that I really hope that I kind of stayed organized with what I was talking about. So hopefully you could take what I mentioned and kind of put it in your game plan and think about it. What else can I mention? Food wise, oh my gosh, I love the food there. So in Akihabara, there was this joints where you pay at the machine up front. So you just put in money, you get your ticket. No, you put in money, you pick the platter you want, and then it comes out with the ticket. You go inside, give the ticket to the cook, and they'll make it for you. That joint was my fave. I went there like every day. It was super cheap. I did a lot of cheap foods. I didn't do anything fancy in terms of food, only because I was trying to push my money towards Disney and of course my Akihabara more. So food I kept cheap. I ate 7-Eleven. I ate at that fast food joint. The only time we ate fancy food was on my birthday, if you guys watch. But other than that, like, even the cheap food is freaking awesome, okay? You guys can live off of 7-Eleven food if you want. So just letting you know, food, you can't go wrong. So either if you want fancy or cheap, like, you're fine. You're taken care of. I think I'm trying to see what else. Hold on. Okay, I think that is it. If I miss anything, please leave your comment down below. I will answer your questions as best as I can. Hopefully I covered topics that will help you. And I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'm really hoping it does help you when planning for your trip. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. If you want more of me, I have Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. Am I missing one? I might be. But everything will be down below. Any comments, please leave them. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys soon. Mwah!